Welcome to Millenware KB. In this video I'm going to cover the physical to virtual migration using standalone converter 5.0 on a Windows 2003 host, and I'm going to use the FAT partition for conversion. I just want to highlight that Windows 2003 hosts support the FAT partitions. So let's get started. So I have the tool installed on the desktop host. Right click and run as administrator. Make sure you uncheck this option. You don't want to run with restricted access. I want to make sure I have the administrator privileges to run the tool. So connect to a local server. This is the same physical server which we want to migrate. So you can select that option and you can see that it is converter standalone client 5.0. So you see an option for convert machine, and you can click on that option, so which brings up the another screen, and you can see here it shows an option for view source details. Let's click that and it finds out the information of the current physical host. So it shows the source size and the partitions. You can see the FAT partition which we are targeting here. So click on the close. The source type, it can be the physical version. In our case it's a physical to virtual migration, or it can be a virtual to virtual migration, as you can see. So select power on machine, this local machine, and destination, it's going on VMware infrastructure 5.0, or it can be also opened on VMware workstation. So we leave the default. Specify this IP address of the destination server, which is a vSphere 5.0 server, and that's 10.38.19.21 in this case. Log in with the root credentials and click on next. So it finds out the ESX server. So you can see there's already a VM by this name created. So let's create a VM with the name test2. Click on next. Then it selects the destination data stores. So this is a local data store. I've created a P2V data store. So it finds out the free space, so that's going to be insufficient, so we can just resize our source volumes. The virtual machine version, leave it to default. For 5.0 installs it needs version 8. For 4.x it's version 7, so we leave it to version 8. Click on next, and this was expected as my source volume is bigger than the destination data stores. So I'm going to resize that. When you select these options, you see an advanced tab. Click on the advanced tab and you can see the source volume types here. So we're going to target this FAT partition. I'm going to deselect this. You'll also select the destination layout, and you see the option to resize the volumes. So I'm going to use this minimum space. Once you do that, you resize the volume, it invokes file level cloning as against the block level cloning, and then you see an option for thick and thin. So thick is if you want to preserve the existing size regardless of the use space, you can do that, or if it's a thin provisioned array, you can select the option as thin. So we'll leave it the defaults in this case. You can also edit your network settings from here. So if you click on the networks, it shows the NIC connect at power on and which network to connect to VM network. Then you can also decide to select the services which you want to keep started. If you want to start a specific service, you could do from this options here, and you can also specify that if you want to power on the destination machine immediately after the conversion, it's not recommended. you can plan to bring down your host machine first and then uh, bring up the destination VM. You can also specify to install VMware tools. We're going to leave the default options and click on next. It shows you the summary screen, and you can just click on finish, and you can see that it's submitting job in the tool. And there you see it gives a task ID and shows you the status of the conversion, and you can see the progress in the task progress screen. It shows you the start time, the estimated time changes. It will start showing you the transfer rate in the same screen, and you can see that it is actually cloning the volume, taking the snapshot, and then transferring the data. So once you start the progress, you can see that it takes a while when you select the file level progress, and then it will progress ahead. So once this moves on, I will show you the actual VM with the FAT partitions. So like I said before, since it's a file level copy, it's a bit slower than the block level copy. And if you would have selected the FAT partition in case of Windows 2008, so you stops there and fails the conversion, but you would see in Windows 2003, it's since it allows the FAT partitions, it's going to move on with the conversion. So let's just give it a couple of minutes, and once it progresses, just to make sure that it's not having any other issues, I'm just going to show you the destination volume on the Windows 2003 host. Appreciate your patience on this one. As you can see, it takes a while for the file level copy. And we just want to make sure that it's not failing. For some reasons, if it fails, then it would give you a summary screen, and you can just try to go through the summary screen and try to see the errors coming on the screen, try to fix the same, and then try the conversion process again. Also, if you have if you're trying to push the server from the local machine on a remote host, and for some reasons the installation fails by pushing that agent, then try installing the agent on the local host, the software on the local host, to try out the conversion. It works best when the software is installed locally on this particular host. So there you can see it took a while. Appreciate your patience on that one, but I just wanted to make sure that it does progress, and if it had to fail, Generally the implementations fail very quickly on 1%, but now I don't see any reasons it would fail. And once the solution is complete, you can see the VM, and you can, the first thing when you power on the VM, make sure you install the VMware tools, and also edit the settings and add the appropriate network adapters like the BMX Net 3 adapters, and then log on to the host, and there you will see the FAT partition. So you can see, just take it to the full screen and show you the FAT partition. So you can see that it is a FAT partition, and so it is supported on the Windows 2003 host. So just wanted to make you aware that the FAT partitions are indeed supported on Windows 2003 host. Go back to the screen. So it's still progressing. So that brings an end to the physical to virtual migration using VMware Standalone Converter 5.0, and showing you a demonstration of FAT partition conversion. And thank you for watching this video.